Hello, everyone, and welcome to
The Movie House.
Today we're going to talk to you about a movie from 1980 called The Shining, starring Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, and Scatman Crothers. What'd you think?
It's a really good movie, especially if you're a Stephen King fan. That's who wrote this. The book was really, really good. I read this when I was in high school, and it is really, really well written. And I saw the movie when it originally came out in the theater, and it's really done well. It's a very big book too, if I remember correctly. It's a long book, and they did a great job with it. It's not exactly like the book. If you haven't read the book, maybe you want to read the book. They did do some tweaking, but overall, I thought they did a fantastic job with this story.
Yeah, I'd never seen it before. I'd heard about it for decades, literally, since it came out. People rave about this movie. It's a Stanley Kubrick directed movie, which a lot of his movies have become classics or well-respected artistic pieces. And this is, for a horror movie, which is kind of odd, is in that category. I guess Kubrick could do no wrong with a lot of people. He does sci-fi, he does horror, he does all kinds of stuff. And this is really well put together movie. It's a good story. It's well acted, of course, with Jack Nicholson. He's a tour de force, I think, in this movie. And even Shelley Duvall, who I haven't seen a lot of her work over the years, just this in Popeye, as far as I know. She's very good at it.
Yes.
Very compelling.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a supernatural story, right? Because it's Stephen King. But it's very, very grounded. I don't know how the book is, but in the movie at least, it's very, very grounded. It's very, you feel there.
Yes.
They're in a remote hotel who's closed down, that's closed down for the season.
Because they're up in the mountains in Colorado.
Right. And so Jack Nicholson gets hired to be the winter caretaker of this gigantic place. And it's just he, his wife, and his son, and the Scatman. I forget what his job is.
I think he worked in the kitchen, didn't he?
He's in the kitchen.
I think he ran the kitchen.
Yeah, and so it's a sort of a psychological thing as well as a supernatural thing, where you feel the isolation, you feel the cavernousness of this hotel. That's a real place. They used this location to shoot it, and this place is just gigantic. And the way, of course, Kubrick shoots it, like with the little boy, I like when he's riding his little Hot Wheel, or not Hot Wheel. What do you call those?
Oh, it was a big wheel.
His big wheel around the hotel. I mean, he's just going for miles and miles and miles
of
And he really needs it to get around because the place is so big. If those little legs would take forever, so he can get places a lot quicker on his big wheel. But it's very creepy, very scary, and
and it's not in your face either. That's what it's not a slasher movie.
No.
It's not. It's more it's kind of psychological, but there is a true evil presence there. And in the quietness and in the bigness of the hotel. I mean, really, the hotel is a character. So you have this family, and they're inside a character, and you feel it. The director really builds it and builds it and builds it, and it's just different, very different. I mean, some things it's suspenseful, and it's, like I said, it's not in your face horror until, well, you'll have to wait and see when it happens. But that was just our dog. There was not an earthquake. We're okay. But it's very subtle. It's a subtle build. And it's very well done, just really well done if you enjoy suspense and
got
They just want to be
too
part of
many
the
people,
show.
Too many people.
They
in
just
here.
want to be part of the show. But yeah, it's a good movie. Like I said, it's been it's been a while since I'd seen it, and I was impressed at how well done it is. And the acting, if you watch the behind the scene,
It's okay.
oh, it's okay. It's okay. It was like we just pulled the plug. Anyway, but it's the acting is really, really well done. And Shelley Duvall, if you see the behind the scenes, that's what I was saying, you see how fun Jack Nicklaus was.
Yes.
And then he's giving this performance. That's really, really good acting. That 1 minute he's like, and the next minute here's Johnny. So it's fascinating. You know, definitely get the movie with the back stories. You will really appreciate what acting chops Jack Nicklaus and Shelley Duvall use. And the little boy, it's amazing.
Yeah, he's
it's
very good.
amazing. And the director, he was known for take after take after take after take after take. And if you're not an actor, that can be very wearing.
Even if you are.
Even if you, yeah, it can be very, very, and I'm letting you know if you, that's very wearing on you. This is going to be a very fun video. So it's fascinating just to see the process of these actors and how they got into character and how they did these scenes. It's just really, really cool.
Yeah, Scatman Crothers
learn.
was essentially exhausted by the time he was done. He'd never been through an experience like this before, where he literally did over 100 takes of one scene, and he was about at the end of his rope.
Well, didn't he say he'd never work with Stanley Kubrick
Yeah.
ever again?
Yeah.
He's like, he's brilliant. I will never, ever work with him again
No.
because I'm not going to do that to myself.
Right.
And even Shelley Duvall, it's hard telling what was really going on there. So,
Yeah.
but she gave a great performance.
Yeah, she had a hard time on the shoot as well, and it depends on who you want to believe what the cause of that was. Some people think she was difficult, or she would say that she was not treated well.
Right.
And with the motivation that's what was needed for her character to be portrayed, was that because her character goes through the ringer in this movie. And so anyway, other than Kubrick and Jack Nicholson, those seem to be the only two that had a lot of fun.
Right, doing this movie. And the little boy. The little boy was great.
Yeah,
he was having a great time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I really like it too. It's just, as I said, the hotel is a character. And I was really amazed by the kitchen and all the food that they left for them. And here's Shelley Duvall opening huge institutional sized cans of fruit cocktail that they probably ate for a month.
Yeah.
I mean, I just really, the detail of it and the immense, again, you see the largeness of this place. And here they are, just 3 people, all alone in this vast building with everything's huge there.
Yeah.
But it was just really, things like that, details like that just are fascinating to me.
Yes. So it is rated R. There is a lot of cussing because Jack Nicholson cusses in practically everything he's ever done. So you get a lot of that here as well. But the story, again, and the execution is everything it's been cracked up to be. The stories are true. This is a really good movie. If you can deal with the dog who's messing with our camera.
Come here.
And
Come here,
the psychological and other imagery thrown at you.
Yeah. Because some of it's graphic.
Yes.
Yeah, some of it's really graphic.
Very graphic.
So definitely not for children.
No.
This is not a movie for children. And yeah.
All right, so let's get out of here before the dogs completely destroy our little set here.
They need a walk.
So that's it for us. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.